Hello, and welcome to Basement Fodder, the only show whose hosts are only partway to rampant alcoholism. I'm Todd.
I'm Dave. He's part. Wait.
Fuck you. Okay.
It's just
It's one beer.
at 12 in the morning.
At
12:30
p.m. Okay,
PM,
it's Sunday.
PM.
Get fucked.
PM. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm still stressing over all those spiders that we were just watching. Spider.
Giant
spider.
Spider.
That's right, folks. We just finished a really good movie.
Yeah, it was awesome.
A shockingly good movie, especially considering the track record for things that we watch for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Big Ass Spider.
Yeah, it was good. It was
starring Greg Grunberg. You guys remember he was the kind of like heavyset cop on Heroes.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of other stuff too. I've seen him in a bunch. Hollow Man.
Yeah.
And then Ray Wise, who you guys probably would know from if you watched Reaper, he was the devil on Reaper.
Yeah,
Fantastic. He was on Twin Peaks.
Shit,
yeah. Jeepers Creepers 2.
Yep. The dad.
Yeah.
It's good times.
I was shocked at how much we enjoyed this movie.
Because they literally did not take themselves seriously. It was all
not
one
even
giant fucking joke, and it was great.
The cinematography was shockingly good too.
Yeah.
Like the way that they shot it was done very well.
Yeah, that was good. The CG was crap, but they did it on purpose. Like
Yeah.
it was one of those like, oh god, look, it's a horrible CG monster. No.
I thought the design of the spider was actually really cool.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But essentially, Greg Grunberg is a exterminator, and he gets bit by a spider on a job with a very creepy old woman.
Yeah,
who's trying to have sex with him.
He gets bit by a brown recluse after he's like, no, I'll be fine, and she's all like, I have to get it, and he's like, bitch, I'm gonna get bit. And
she is the lady who is the very gross old landlady from Kingpin that was trying to doink Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. Stop it, you creepy lady.
We don't have a cow. We have a bull.
Yeah.
You were pulling on his dick. But he gets bit by a brown recluse and he has to go to the emergency room. And while he's there, there's a body brought in to the morgue.
Yeah.
That was mistakenly sent there. And there's a very cool shot in the morgue of like the body inside the body bag, and those sort of like it starts undulating.
Yeah, like there's movement in there. Conveniently at the same time, apparently in this well-to-do hospital, the
lights are flickering.
The lights are starting to go sketchy in the morgue and shit. And I'm like, that all right, but then they do that instantly creepy thing where you see the morgue bag, like body bag, start to unzip.
Like this is a talented spider who can unzip a bag.
I mean, yeah.
I guess all it'd have to do is sort of like hook its little leg in the thing and just pull it down.
But yeah, it starts doing that, and then eventually you see like the CG like spider, legs start to slowly creep out, and you're like, no. And the mortician's in there, and at first he's like, kind of hears something, but then looks at the body and it's fine. And then eventually he sees the body moving. And normally this is where I would just grab something like a big stick and just fucking melee in the piss out.
It's already dead. Fucking
fuck you. Cause of death. I don't know, but blunt force trauma. There you go.
Severe blunt force trauma.
This is all post-death blunt force trauma. I caused it. But of course he comes like with one of those little saws. And opens the lights go out. And then he comes back on. He opens the bag, and it's not there. And then conveniently it's fucking crawling up his back and fucking attacks him.
Bites his neck.
Yeah.
And when it starts out, it's probably about like what, fist size?
I would say like
your fist size. Probably.
Yeah, the torso of it's probably about like maybe a good solid fist size, and then the legs are fucking pretty long. So it's
fucking enormous to start with. Like if you saw this spider, pants would be shit.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than one of the actually biggest spiders in the world.
But while it happened, like the morgue attendant guy pulls the fire alarm and shit, and that's while the exterminator is getting ready to pay his bill. In theory,
and the whole thing about this is funny, is because like man, he was trying to hit on the nurse and it just wasn't fucking happening and stuff. Like that's the convenient theme is like this guy sucks with chicks.
Yeah,
like,
he's not great.
Sucks. Like no. So yeah, he has to. like try and figure that out, and they bring the like more guy up. He's been bit, and basically he's like, hey, if you make this hospital bill go away, I'll take care of that spider. I'll take care of that spider creature, whatever it is for you. I'm an exterminator and shit. And this is where they send him down with the fucking security guard. He
gets teamed up with this like Hispanic security guard guy. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh god, it's so good. Like he speaks solid Spanglish.
Yes,
like, Spanglish.
He's fucking awesome. He's definitely one of the bright spots for sure.
Yeah.
And he goes out to his truck and gets a special brew of bug killer and whatnot.
Because all these exterminators have their own special brew. Yeah. Weird.
And it's eco-friendly.
Yeah, and it has acid in it and all that other shit. It's crazy.
They follow it down. They go down to the morgue, and you can see the body that it comes out of, and man, the body is like fucked up.
Yeah,
it's like chest bursted out of it and shit.
Like if you ever saw like Arachnophobia, the same thing happened. Like the spider came in with the coffin with the body and stuff, and it was all like emaciated and drained of blood. This was like all that plus it fucking like chest bursted. Yeah, pretty much out the motherfucker. Which I'm like, oh, it was inside you. Rudy,
fucking hate spiders.
No, I'm good. I don't mind spiders, but I'm like, oh, it's curling around in here and then out.
All up inside your insidey parts.
That shit.
I wonder how it got in. Do you think it got in through his mouth or his ass?
Mouth. I'd say mouth.
Please God, I hope so.
Yeah. Anal.
Spider crawled up your poop chute. I feel like tickling around.
Honest to God, though, like medically wise, I don't think that's like really possible.
It's too tight. Yeah,
it's too tight, and like
unless he's blown out like that guy with the two wings.
Yeah, and it would never survive the fucking travel, the digestive tract, man. That fucking human acid can eat through like fucking all kinds of shit. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he ingested it because the human does. What's the statistics? A human being eats 3 spiders a year in their sleep.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
People wonder why I don't like to sleep.
You sleep with your mouth open, especially.
I know. God.
Mm-hmm. So you probably eat like 6 a year.
Start taping my mouth shut.
Yeah. No, stay out.
Get me like a Hannibal Lecter mask to wear while I'm sleeping.
It's only going to work to trap them in.
Oh, God.
It's going to be like prison. Like, let me out of here. And you're like, I have a spider in my mouth.
Oh, God.
Make it stop.
Please stop. I'll never sleep again.
Isn't that what you want?
Yeah, but then I'll go if you don't sleep for so long, you actually get psychotic. You start hallucinating and get psychosis, and eventually you'll I think the record is like 10 days.
Yeah.
Past that, you'll die.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
But I'd like to take a run at that record sometime.
I want to actually do the thing with the room. They have a room that's like apparently it's like -9 decibels. Like you can hear
it's so quiet.
Yeah, you can hear your heartbeat. They said the longest anybody's ever gone in there for was 45 minutes.
It's got to be disturbing. Though.
It does. It causes people to go insane because you can't hear it. Like it's so quiet, you can hear your heart pump blood, like that type of shit. I want to do that. Back to spiders.
Back to terrifying spiders.
Yeah.
Reasons I won't ever sleep again.
Yeah. So I mean, basically they go down there. He finally sees the spider, and I think
it crawled in through the duct.
The ducts, yeah.
And okay, I have to say, there's no way that the ducts are this big because he's not a small guy.
Yeah, he's a decent.
And I was like, yeah, these are some massive air conditioning ducts.
Well, in the hospitals, yeah, they.
Yeah, I mean, I'll allow it.
But I mean, it's convenient.
Well, yeah, he enters the duct system to try to find it, and while that's happening, the military shows up, and it's commanded by Ray Wise, and he's got creepy doctor guy with him, who's if you've ever seen Kindred the Embraced
or Highlander,
in Kindred he was the main vampire Julian's scion. He was the older Ventru. Yeah. Pardon me. It wouldn't be basement fodder if we weren't burping.
Yeah. Motherfuckers. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. He has a very unique voice. You would know instantaneously once you heard it.
And then the main female character, what did we see she was from? She was on Buffy or something, wasn't she?
She was on Buffy. She played Glory. She was in Bring It On, she was the Spanky Pants one. And
she was in Grave Dancers, which is an awesome fucking ghost movie.
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff, so
she was pretty good.
Yeah.
So they show up and they take over and lock down the hospital and try to contain.
It's always like, let's contain it.
Let's contain.
And I'm like, no, let's blow fucking brains out and shit.
So he goes through the ductwork and he finds like all this massive amount of webbing in there and all these dead
like
mice
super,
and shit.
Yeah, it's super strong and like sticky and stuff like that. Like, but it's flammable. That's the thing. He like realizes like he lights a lighter and I mean it fucking goes up like just like gasoline.
Yeah, so it has a vulnerability.
Yeah.
So he makes it down to like the boiler room.
Yeah.
And sees it down there, and like it's gotten even a little bit bigger by then.
Yeah, because it's fed on there a patient in there, which
that was
sucks.
great. Oh man.
Oh fuck yeah! I was like, this is a bad idea because he was all fucking like semi like comatose type thing, and he fucking sees it, and then all of a sudden it's gone. And then it like starts crawling up his fucking pants, like under the blankets, and I'm like, oh god, please don't bite him in the dick, please don't bite him in the dick. And then it like comes up on his chest and shit, and it does one worse. It goes fucking alien face hugger on him, and
just fucking noms on his face,
and yeah, it was bad. I mean, in a good way, but it was like, oh god, no, I'm good. So yeah, he goes down. He fucking kind of does this little trick with like,
it was actually pretty cool.
Kinda,
he like rolled a quarter towards it to I think to kind of distract it.
Yeah.
And like it rolled up on its edge, and then like the spider's leg was like snap. Take it. And he's like, "Hey, give me my quarter back."
Hey, fuck off! Come on. I mean, he sees it, and it's like it's gotten bigger, and it's like, oh, holy shit! And he's gets into where he's like trying to spray it and shit like that, and he's like looking around, and it's crawling up behind him.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's about to get attacked, and then the chick military girl shows up and fucking like shoots at it, which is like conveniently like all around him and shit like that, and he's freaking out like, what the fuck, why shoot at me?
Yeah, then he immediately starts trying to hit on her.
Oh yeah, instantaneously. And I love the fucking code talk on the walkie-talkies between him and like Jose. Like first it was
U.S. to Mexico, U.S. to Mexico.
Yeah, U.S. to Mexico. Then it was what the first one was, but that one was pretty funny too. Like it's underlying fucking like racist jokes, but not really offensive racist jokes, just more like
it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, pretty blunt stuff. And it just gets worse from there because it's like the military don't know what the fuck they're doing. The spider keeps.
They basically tell him like he needs to fuck off. Essentially,
and he's like,
dude, I'm the expert on this shit. Yeah. They're like, yeah, no fucks.
We don't care.
But like he gives his number like to the military chick, and like she gives him a card and all this shit, and like they fucking chase him off, and he's about to give up or whatever, and then fucking Jose is like, "No, man, we're partners. Like, we
don't do this. We kick his ass.
We kick his ass.
Yeah.
Rapido.
Boom, rapido.
Boom, boom, rapido.
Fucking yeah.
So they kind of like track it on their own, and the military starts tracking it. And then you start getting news reports in, and like by this time it's like huge.
Yeah.
They were saying it's like 6 foot tall and shit. By then I'm like, man, this thing is like exponentially fucking growing.
And then they do that thing where it's like the classic like cops and shit like that, where they find the most like ignorant motherfuckers and as eyewitnesses and shit.
Yeah.
One of them is, I shit you,
he looks like
Tupac. Yeah. And then the other one's like, hide your kids, hide your families. It's like,
man, dog, if I see that spider, I kick his fucking ass.
Yeah, we gonna kick this spider's ass and shit. And I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking hilarious. Yeah. And it just, man, I would have to say it's good because like, yeah, there's a shit ton of comedy in there.
Oh yeah,
and like
really
completely
funny.
Just like unrealistic fun shit. Yeah. Like, hey, the spiders are going to this big fucking public park where on like a Saturday or Sunday, everybody's hanging out at this park. Yeah. And I'm like, in LA? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no.
I know you were like calling shenanigans on the weapon choices that the military was using.
Okay, because like they're like, oh look, we've got this weird fucking creature and stuff like that. Everybody had like fucking at best mid-range fucking like high auto fire guns that did very little like damage.
Yeah,
and even them. Most of them put them on fucking like we're just like single fire, and I'm like bang, 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 and I'm like hold that fucking trigger and just a leash on that motherfucker. But I guess basically the guns did nothing to the spider. You know.
Yeah, like they.
The exoskeleton, I guess.
Yeah, because the exoskeleton is so strong. They, the Exterminator and Jose, they chase it down too, and like they both end up at first they end up at the LA River Reservoir.
Yep.
And it escapes from there and ends up going to the public park.
Yeah.
Which, like you said, there's like so many fucking people in that
park.
park.
Look, there's conveniently these like fucking cheerleader chicks in
like
like really skimpy ass outfits playing volleyball while there's families with their kids and shit. I'm like, dude. This is so fucking unbelievable. But then they all fucking die. So, I mean...
Yes, horribly.
Every one of them gets pretty much fucking eaten or killed, by the spider, so it's fair enough.
And the military chick kind of goes after her, like, with the squad, and she's got, like, a big bag full of explosives and shit.
And they all get picked the fuck off.
Yeah, like they all get picked the fuck off, and she's got, like, she gets stuck in webbing.
Yeah.
And Exterminator shows up and, like, heats up his knife and gets her out.
Saves her ass.
And they start to run away and shit, and then the spider fucking throws the web at her and captures her and drags her away.
What's funny, though, is, like, when they're, like, kind of standing there, like, oh, fuck. All of a sudden, like, Jose runs up and he's got this big-ass, fully automatic, like, fucking rifle, and he's like, ah! He's like, giant dog. Yeah. I was like, oh, my God, dude, that's fucking hilarious. And it was like, he did it better than all the fucking soldiers. I was like...
take that, sucker duck!
We'll fucking kill you! Oh, shit! But yeah.
What you get for breaking up my kids in Europe?
Yeah. Swear to God. But yeah, it basically, the whole movie is them basically being like shitting all over this guy until like the last part when they're like, oh wait, he's an exterminator. He knows, how to deal with these things.
Yeah, he's only been telling you that for like...
Can you help us and shit?
The entire
you seem
time.
to be able to know how to do all this. And he's like, I fucking hate you guys, but sure.
That was actually great, though, because once she gets captured, he goes back with the military guys, and like he's arguing that they should go and rescue her, and the creepy doctor guy is like, she is dead, it does not matter. And fucking Ray Wise is like, hey man, she's my friend too, like, if there was a way we could save her, we would. And he's like, but you tracked that thing on your own without the sensitive equipment that we have, and so... we need your expertise. Where do you think it's going to go? And he's like, well, it's going to go somewhere really far away from a populated
Yeah, like, he doesn't want to be near people if it's, like, making babies and shit. This just in. Giant spider going downtown. And he's like, oh.
Or
maybe,
could go downtown.
Could go downtown and shit, my bad.
Like, oh, that just made you look like an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much. So, it was pretty funny. And it was, like, a good, funny romp. Comedy thing, but it was also like an action hero type thing, and the big guy,
the fat guy action hero. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it's pretty fucking awesome when it does. We're not just lovable lumps, man.
Well,
we can be heroes. I can be your hero, baby.
Well, one or two of them can. Most of you are just lumps.
I couldn't.
It's true. It's true.
They'd be like, there's a big ass spider, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll be in Canada. Me and Bret Hart chilling where there ain't no spider. There'd be like a cloud-shaped Todd where I was sitting. Woo. Never seen a fat man move that fast. Like,
he bamps the fuck out of here.
There'd be a Todd-shaped hole in the wall. I'd be like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Yeah. I'm out this motherfucker. Yeah, that would be.
But like, it makes its nest like on the top of the U.S. Bank building.
Yeah.
And they've got cameras, like they hack into the security cameras in there, and you can see like there's people like netted up and alive in there, and the military chick is one of them. And Ray Wise sends Exterminator guy. He's like, you got 25 minutes.
Yeah, we have to call in the airstrike is in there and shit.
And so like fucking him and Jose take off in the military SUV.
And they're like, how are we gonna defeat it and shit?
Yeah, he's like, you got a plan, man? He's like, no, I have no idea.
I have got no fucking clue. And the Mexican guy's like, yeah, I figured.
And he's like, what about the fire? Like, the fire could be a good thing. He's like, I don't know. And then he thinks about it, and he's like, oh, shit, the spinnerets. Like,
yeah.
He was like, if we can get, flames up inside the spinnerets, it will destroy it from inside. Yeah. Like, it would burn it out.
They're like, well, do you have anything? And then, because it is a military
He's like, where are the spinnerets? And he's like, they're on its ass.
Yeah, like, it's in
so we got to shoot it in the butt? Yeah, we got to shoot it in the butt.
Shoot it in the butt. Okay, man.
Okay, man.
Yeah. And then they look at the back of this SUV, military SUV, and oh, hey, what do they conveniently have?
A bazooka!
Look, it's a bazooka. Like, not even in, like, the trunk, like, In the back seat.
Like
Somebody was just
floor.
like, I'm conveniently laying this.
Like, hey man, where'd you put my bazooka?
Oh shit, it's in the back of the SUV. Sorry, man.
Put it in the floor of the back seat so nobody would see it.
It was fucking hilarious.
So they make it inside the building and they cut her loose, and by then the spider has laid eggs.
And they're hatching.
And by then it's also like fucking huge. It's probably like 40 feet tall by then, and just massive. Like it's like fucking, kaiju sized at this point.
Yeah, it's like.
And like I like the design
smacking
of the spider.
Choppers out of the fucking air and shit.
The design of it is so cool because it has like a very spiny sort of like
very like exoskeleton.
And the way they explain how it happened is fucking hilarious too because like
shenanigans.
The military guys are like fucking. They were experimenting with this like microbial stuff that they got from Mars.
Yeah,
and it had some sort of powerful growth. Hormone type stuff in it, and they were trying to make larger fruit. Yeah. And apparently, one of the fruit plants that they injected had like a spider's nest inside of it.
Yeah, and it fucking got all fucking.
So it's an alien spider.
Yeah, and it was weird though, because like one of the things was when it was underground, they found the carcass of what it looked like.
It molted.
Yeah, it like shedded it like kind of like a snake.
Do spiders molt?
Don't know.
I
didn't really think
molt,
that. Yeah, I didn't really think that was a thing. But like, I guess when it's growing that size, it would have to kind of.
That's really fucking disturbing.
Yeah, I was like, pretty massive spider carcass, even bigger spider. Yay!
Terrifying spider carcass. So yeah, by that time it's laid its eggs, and the eggs start to hatch, and there's like dozens of fucking little.
He fucking comes in, stomping one, hitting one with a fucking 2x4, shooting them, fucking spraying them and shit. He's like, I gotcha. And fucking this shit was fucking hilarious.
And they're like cutting people free and shit, and fucking he gets the military girl free, and then there's this titty chick that's like.
Help me!
But she's like, help me!
Yeah,
and then
they're all
like,
jumping on her, and then
she's
just like, jumblies are all there.
Jumblies all boogly-boogling around and shit, like boogly eyes.
You're fucked, I'm sorry, big titty girl.
Like, oh cool. No, your gorgeous boobs.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And by this time, military chick is definitely into the fat guy.
Oh, so
she's
into
all, like,
him.
super into him and stuff.
So into him.
So they escape out of the building.
Yeah.
And they call it the fucking airstrike, and they knock it the fuck off the top, and it goes like careening down, bam, onto the fucking street. They think it's dead. Yeah. And fucking like military guy calls, the exterminator, and he's like, "Oh yeah,
yeah, you did a really good job. I really hated you in the beginning, and now you're a piece of shit, but now you're ace, man." Like that.
And like he's turning around on the phone talking to him, and he's like, "Oh well,
he's trying to get money help
and all that shit like that." And then Jose and the chick are watching, and the spider starts moving, and they're like, "Dude,
hey, fucko.
Alex,
it's still alive."
He's like, "Oh fuck."
Let me call you back.
And then he just has this like crystallizing moment, and then he just starts fucking full tilt boogie.
I got this. Bring me the bazooka.
He's like, "Find me that bazooka."
And like starts like dodging
and weaving. I'm like, "Hey, that's an actual fat guy right there."
You got it. Though the funny thing is, one of the few things that was like remotely kind of accurate was like that little Mexican guy's carrying a bazooka, and he's like, "Throw me the bazooka," and he's like, maybe 10 feet away from it, and the Mexican guy is just like, and hucks it, and you're like, you're expecting one of those scenes where he just catches it in the air and he's like, "Yeah." That's not what happens. He throws it and then just fucking hits the ground and shit.
Goes about 3 feet.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? That's probably further than I thought that Mexican would
heavy.
throw a bazooka. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. And it didn't go off. Like, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's like dip dodging, weaving the fucking, it's like crushing down into the ground with its legs and shit.
And then pumps a fucking rocket
right up its ass.
And shit.
And it just gloriously fucking explodes from the inside.
It was good.
It was beautiful. Chunks of spider funk going everywhere.
Yep. And then, fat guy gets the girl.
Fatty gets the girl, baby.
The girl. And then the Mexican guy's like, all right, guys.
You get the room.
Can you stop? Can you get a room? It's the dress.
I'm like, hey, it can happen.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. I mean...
And then the credits roll, but then like in mid-credits they had this scene where Ray Wise's on the phone and he's like, "How much do you know about cockroaches?" And in the background there's a
giant cockroach crawling up the fucking Statue of Liberty and shit. I'm like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was shocked. Well, when we first pulled it up on Netflix, usually we have the rule where we don't do anything that's above 2 stars. Yeah. But we're really just like, we were interested in watching it. And it was, 4.5 stars?
Yeah.
on there. We were like, wow, 4.5 stars. But then after watching it, I'm like, okay.
But it's funny though because like, okay, you know, Netflix does a 5-star rating, and it had 4.5. But then when you go to IMDb, it only has like a 5.
It's like a 5.3 out of 10.
Out of 10. So it's like people on Netflix really liked it, but people, you know, going on IMDb,
it's just one of those creature feature like guilty pleasure kind of
8-legged freaks.
Like 8-legged freak. We were talking about other like spider movies that we've seen.
Yeah.
The 8-legged freaks is definitely one that comes to mind. That one was a lot of fun.
And Arachnophobia, but that one's like pure fear because it was like shit.
I literally can't watch that movie. Like I saw it a long time ago. I can't. That we forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. He starts talking about how he can like. He's like, yeah, I get into the mind of the spider. I become the spider. You need a spider to catch a spider, and he's all like doing the like Crocodile Dundee thing and shit. I'm like. And I mean, it's not just like he does it in front of people. He like when he goes down, he's holding the thing. He's all like, and then I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh
like,
man, yeah, I can't watch Arachnophobia. I watched it like when I was a kid.
Yeah,
but really, spiders freak me the fuck out.
Yeah,
like I don't do bugs.
And this one is like it's not giant ones, like it's
millions
like
of little ones,
millions of them, and they're all fucking like super venomous and shit. Ugh. And then they're like, oh god, and then like, hey, to make it worse, the finale is the giant spider, and you're like, no, god, yeah, you gotta go fight this giant spider in the cellar. You're like. I fucking hate you.
I could never be an exterminator. There's no fucking way.
You. Yeah.
Somebody call the turtle man.
Yeah.
No. That guy with the mullet that wears like the fucking rock ear and shit.
Yes. We need you to come kill this
with
spider.
That fucked up spiked mullet.
Can I shoot it from a distance? Like, no.
I'm just like, kill it with fire. Like, my house is infested with spiders. Burn it down.
Yeah, that's the best way I feel.
It's the only way. It's the only way.
Best way for you to kill them. It's good time.
Burn it all to the ground. Don't take anything out because you might take one with you.
No.
Leave your children.
Yeah, leave your friends. Leave your children. There's a goddamn giant spider in your apartment.
So then we watched a few trailers
for
upcoming stuff, and actually there's some pretty fucking interesting things on the horizon.
Yeah.
One of them was Crimson Peak.
Yeah, Crimson Peak,
which is the new Guillermo del Toro movie. The second I saw this trailer, I'm like, I'm there. I'm already there.
See, now this is like a horror, like a fucking supernatural horror thing, which looks awesome because Guillermo definitely wanted to do it. But this is also one of those ones for like the ladies. For the ladies. Because it's got fucking Tom Hiddleston and Charlie Hunnam in it, and they're all fucking like dapper, fucking like Victorian-esque dressed guys and shit. And it's like this very Victorian era, like haunted castle sort of a thing. Yeah, children. And man, the ghosts actually look really interesting that they show. Like they're very ethereal and badass. And I'm like, okay, if I trust anybody to make this kind of movie, it's Del Toro. And this is awesome though because like Guillermo's still trying to get that like Justice League Dark movie made and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, if he can do stuff like this and be really good. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, then hopefully it can get made. Like. I trust his sensibility on horror. Like he's a huge Lovecraft fan to the point where he literally has a life-size statue of Lovecraft, in his library. Like it looks realistic. So I mean, and this is according to what I saw in the interview. This is a movie that he's been wanting to make for years. Yeah, and then finally has been able to do it. And I know, like originally there was supposed to somebody else was supposed to have been in it. It wasn't Charlie Hunnam. It was shit. I don't remember. I think it may have been Tom Hardy. It may have been somebody else, but they dropped out pretty early on. Yeah, which is like whatever. I mean, I think I like Charlie Hunnam. Yeah, Charlie Hunnam and Tom Hiddleston are both really awesome. Fucking amazing actors. So I think they can do a really good job. You know. So we also watched the trailer for the new Hitman movie. Yeah, Hitman Agent 47. Yeah, and I haven't actually. Did you watch the first one? I watched the first Hitman. Yeah. What did you think of the first one? I haven't seen it. Timothy Olyphant is fantastic. Oh, dude, he's awesome. He's a fucking badass. The thing is, though, like with movies based off games, is it's like really kind of difficult. It's a crapshoot. Yeah, it's a crapshoot. And like this one, it's like if you just didn't accept that, like if you were just like, okay, I know it's based off a game, but I don't care about the game and shit like that, you'd probably dig the movie. But if you're like a hardcore Hitman fan, then you might have gripes with it. I never really cared for Hitman because I'm not really the type of game person. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. So this one definitely looks good. The thing with the first one though is like Timothy Olyphant's character kind of is like the good guy, even though he's like the assassin. In this one though, the
hitman's definitely the bad guy.
The hitman's definitely the bad guy, which, you know, as it should be.
Which I think makes more sense if I understand what the game is about.
Yeah, the game. Yeah, you're an assassin. You're a trained fucking killer and stuff like that. Timothy Olyphant's character pretty much went rogue. Yeah. Whereas this one is completely still working for the group.
The hero of this one is Zachary Quinto.
Yeah.
From Lost.
Spock.
Or is it Lost? Is it in Lost? Or was
no,
it something
Heroes.
Else? Heroes, yeah, from Heroes and Spock in the new Star Trek movies.
Siler
and yes, yeah.
Which I think it could do well.
It looked like pretty impressive from the trailer that we watched.
I want to see how much of a kind of actiony guy they make Quinto in it.
I like him a lot. I do, and I think he showed he could definitely do fighting and stuff like that in the second Star Trek movie.
Yeah,
that fight that he has with Khan.
Oh, so good!
It's fucking fantastic.
So
like he does a hell of a job in that. It's a really great fight scene.
I mean, he's proven that he can slap the shit out of a kid in that show, The Slap. Dude, okay, I watched the trailer. I watched the trailer for that thing, and it was like people were like on kind of both sides, like, no, you shouldn't. And I was like, that little fucking kid was trying to hit another fucking kid with like a goddamn baseball bat. You're glad damn right I'd fucking grab it out of his hands and slap the shit out of him, like try to slap some sense in him. Like, what the fuck are you doing, kid? And they're like, you slapped my kid. I'd have been like, now I'm gonna slap you for being a bad fucking parent.
Why didn't you slap your kid?
Yeah, of course it was some bitchy mom who was like, oh my god, you hit my kid. And I'm like, well, 'cause you're not doing it. You know, you're bad at it apparently. Hooker.
I'm not gonna advocate that you should hit your kids and shit, but like, you have to. There is a level of discipline that needs to be done, and like this little kid's like trying to hit another little kid in the head with a baseball bat.
Yeah, that's like, there's some rage.
Something must be done here.
Yeah, and it's like, that's just stupid.
Nah, it's not. Yeah, I actually was interested. I didn't actually watch it, but I know it's going to be on Hulu, so I might try to pick it up.
Yeah,
on there.
I'm definitely going to watch it on Hulu when I get a chance.
We also watched a trailer for a kind of an interesting horror movie called Girl House.
Yeah, it's another one of these like psychos going after groups of like girls or some shit like that. But it's different because it's like now the popular thing is like porn is pretty much mainstream. Yeah. And you know, you do a lot of like webcamming stuff. There's this thing called Girl House where this one girl, I guess to pay through college or some, you know, I'm putting myself through medical school as a stripper, you know, type shit.
Noble.
Noble.
So noble. Show me your titties.
Yeah. She gets a job there and, you know, starts doing the thing. Well, I guess one of the girls in the house, I don't know what necessarily the story is with that, but basically there's this big fucking mongoloid unfucking healthy motherfucker who's basically obsessing over these girls, and one of them makes the mistake of basically just like rejecting him.
Yeah, calling him
hard,
a freak,
like calling him a freak and shit.
He does the like Bobby Boucher water boy noise, and you're like,
yeah, and I mean, he loses his shit, and then somehow hacks in and finds where the house is at, because you're not supposed to be able to know where it is. No. And then starts going to pick them off, and like is killing them all, and wearing this fucked up mask.
Yeah, it looks like some chick's skin or something.
Yeah,
it's like
and
a fucking girl's
the hair
face
is all
with hair
real and shit. Like, yeah. So it definitely looks like an interesting.
It's kind of like your basic update on an '80s slasher flick. But I like the premise of it, though. I think it's kind of an interesting premise. It's a different take on it a little bit.
Yeah, should be good.
It brings up an interesting point to me because I think that webcam stuff is a little creepy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm a little voyeuristic myself, but like.
You don't know who's watching and obsessing and stuff, and you're like catering to them, but then when they go too far, then you're like, fuck off, and I'm going to block you and some shit like that. And they're like, you know, like,
they go all Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher. Or they get fucking pissed because they basically like gave you all their life savings, so you fucking show them your coup.
Have you ever accessed one of those sites before, sir?
Oh, the webcam things?
Yeah.
I've watched the webcam videos on like the free porn sites and stuff like that, like amateur stuff, but I've never actually like purchased and went in. Actually, no, that's not true. I did once. Yeah, I went to one of the one of those like Chatubate or whatever fucking thing where it's like you go watch the thing, and it's weird because like you would feel it would like be more personal because
Yeah.
like she's performing for you, but she's not because she's performing for everybody.
Yeah,
so
like
she's
whoever's talking.
Yeah, so she's like talking and doing stuff, and then you hear like a noise. So that means somebody like donated some money, and then she's like, "Oh, thanks, fucking big dick guy 74 from fucking who knows where. You're amazing." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's not me. Thanks." You know, like. Not helping. Yeah, it's just weird.
You're fucking up my flow.
Yeah, it's just weird because like,
oh god,
that'd be like you're watching your favorite porn and you're just like yeah, and then she's all like, "Stop, hold on, yeah, mom, what do you need? Okay, you need me to pick up milk? Okay, that's good. All right, thanks. Bye. Okay, I gotta go. All right, oh god, baby," and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like, I hate you now.
Why do you put your hand over the top?
I like paprika.
Oh my god. Oh, we were doing fine until like at this point. Then it just it escalated quickly.
Yeah, here it is, left field. But no, like I don't know. It's just not.
Sorry.
Yeah, I have friends that have like done that stuff, and they're like, "Oh, come check it out" and stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah, but to do it free and not have to pay a fucking thing."
Wait a minute, you have friends that do it, like girls?
The webcam stuff. Yeah, I know some people. I know. Oh, come on, I know some people. Shit.
The millions
And millions.
Dos Milianos.
Dos Milianos. But it's like, it's very impersonal if it's free. It's just broad spectrum things. She'll just randomly like be talking, fucking double clicking the mouse, and fucking talking again, having conversations with everybody. It doesn't get like really good until you like do the personal shows, and that's fucking
that's how they get
that's how they get the money and stuff like that, because this is like their job. They make money doing it. There are girls that like literally this is
I watched a little documentary thing about that. It's
job.
Fascinating.
They've got like whole rooms in their house devoted to the webcamming thing, where it's like it's all like the bed's a certain way. They've got like little fucking cutesy stuffed animals and lingerie and things to just like whatever type of kink they're into and you're into. But it's like, that's their job, so they're always constantly trying to work the money out of you. And most of these sites are basically like, they've got their own kind of currency.
Yeah,
like you have to buy their currency, and then
like Disney dollars.
Almost, pretty much like tokens or fucking,
stupid tokens,
shit like that, and it's weird.
Like going to the arcade when you're a kid and buy the fucking tokens.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, or you're like, oh, I've got so many tokens, sweet, and then you forget and you start fucking like, ding ding ding, all my tokens are gone. Shit, I need to go buy more tokens, and then
shit, I haven't come yet.
Like I need more tokens. And then next thing you know, you've spent like way more money than you wanted to.
That's what I imagine actual strip clubs are like.
Yeah, except for
you
like
can't jerk off
she'll
in there.
sit in your lap though. I mean, not naked. Well, actually, they might topless. Depends
I
on
wouldn't know.
Depends on which one you go to. I've had strippers naked sitting in my lap.
I'm a strip club virgin. I would not know.
It's never been.
I don't go to buffets where I can't eat the food either.
Well, you can. Some of them have buffets there for you. You can eat the food. You just can't eat that.
It's the equivalent of going to the Chinese restaurant and they're putting the plate in front of me and then a little Chinese
Asian
guy comes and
eat
sits
it
down
in
and
front
eats
of you.
it.
It's like,
It's so
it's
good.
so good. Like,
it's delicious.
Do you want to smell it? No, you can't. It's got to be 6 feet away.
Don't touch
Ohio
the
law.
food. Don't touch the food. You can't touch the food.
Don't touch the food. Can I at least have a pop? No.
This is bullshit.
Okay, your 3 song is up. Give me $20 more. I eat rest of plate.
You have to like give him dollars and he'll like put the fork underneath your nose like, oh, smell it, it's so good, but you can't eat it, don't touch it, I don't know why the Chinese guy sounds Mexican, but accents are not my strong point. It's never presented itself in a good enough opportunity, I suppose.
That was the thing. I'm like, why would I pay for this when I can just go watch free porn and find the video where they do whatever I want them to do, pretty much.
I don't have to sit there and wait with blue nuts.
Yeah, that's like...
That's to handle my business.
Yeah, it's like, it sucks, especially like, because you can like still like do the donate money thing while you're talking in the like the open group area and stuff. Like you can still donate money and she'll like keep doing things, but it's like you know, if somebody donates more money than you and wants her to do something else, you're fucked out of luck. You're like, oh yeah, but I mean, I wanted you to do this. She's like, well, this asshole just gave me more money, so I'm gonna fucking finger my butthole. You were wanting me to lick my titties, you know, type shit. And you're like, God damn it, woman!
Like, I know you gave me $25, but this guy gave me $75, and he wants me to Q-tip my ears.
Yeah, and you're like, I'll kill you. But I'm trying to jerk it.
I'm almost there.
Yeah. I'm right on the edge.
I'm on the cusp.
I'm ready to make coitus.
I'm poised for a baby shower.
Yes, the baby shower. So this is one that we recently, like, I saw and found out and stuff like that. It's
Is it awkward? Like, you say you know girls. Like, have you watched them do it? Is it more awkward to watch them if you know them?
No.
Okay. Apparently not.
No. Makes it better.
The lap dance is so much better when the stripper's crying. we were out.
It's better when she's done with her web thing and you can text her and be like, you know what? In my dream, you did this and I didn't have to give you $5. And she's like, fuck you.
I feel that I did not get my money's worth out of that performance.
Hey, give me my money back. Or give me a private show. Or like some shit like that, you know. But, I had a friend who I knew through one of the sites.
Oh my God.
And we hung out and she was like, it was the first time we had hung out, and I'm like, weren't you a little worried about, like, meeting me and stuff like that? She's like, you've seen my vagina. Why would I be worried?
I'd be even more worried.
Yeah.
You could have been a
Well, no, because she had to accept me as a friend, so it's like one of those things where it was like, you know, she had kind of, I guess I would say, like, kind of chatted and checked me out and stuff like that, and then was like, okay, we can be friends, and then eventually we hung out, and, you know, it was cool and shit like that. But she's like, oh yeah, I get plenty of fucking, like, creepos and weirdos and shit like that. She's like, you know, I'm very particular about who, you know, I hang out with and stuff. She's like, but the whole time we've been friends, you've never been like, oh God, I need it. You know, it's just like, what's up? How's your,
I feel pretty good.
And I'm like, yeah, you know why? Because really, I'm just doing it and just talking to you normally. I'm like, yeah, how's
It's
your
a
day?
talent.
How's
It's a
your day?
gift.
Did you do homework? Yeah, homework.
Feed the dog.
Yeah. Did you take a nap?
How big was the kibble?
Did you take a nap? Yeah. Yeah, do your laundry. Separate the whites!
Well, that escalated quickly.
12 hours.
It's got to be like a scary profession in some way, like being a stripper or being like in that. A stripper, I would think, is even worse in some way because they're in person. And they could just follow you out to the fucking car.
No, but actually, no. That's one thing I do know about. Is as far as like the strippers and stuff. Well, at least decent strip clubs. All the strippers have to park out back, which is usually gated, so you can't get to it. And the bouncers all walk them all out to their cars and basically watch them, like, make sure they leave and get on the road and go. And they always close, like, the strip club, I believe, at least 2 hours before the girls. Like, at least, like, a minimum amount of time that, like, all the guys are gone. Because, like, the bouncers will come out to the parking lot if you're still just, like, chilling out there. And he's like, no, dude, we're closed. You have to, like, get the fuck off our property or we'll call the cops type shit.
That makes sense.
It's like, they're really pretty good if it's a nice place about trying to keep the girls safe. Because there are a bunch of fucking creepos. Like, I've watched guys get tossed at strip clubs left and right, you know, for shit. I've seen people get tossed for, like, mistakes. Like, I had a friend, he's really fucking tall. I mean, massive. He gets a lap dance, you know, it was his birthday, from this tiny, like, little fucking petite porcelain doll type fucking stripper and stuff. And, I mean, this guy is massive, long arms, everything like that, and, like, goes, you know, give her a hug and everything like that. She was fine with the hug. Well, I guess when he, like, either was reaching around or reaching back, because of the height difference and everything, his hand brushed across her ass. And instead of being like, we thought she was cool, she was like, hey, just to warn you, your hand kind of rubbed my ass. He's like, watch that. They'll kick you out for that shit. Like, the bouncers will. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And we thought that was the end of it. Well, then, like, a couple minutes later, a bouncer comes out and was like, you need to go. Like, you have to leave. You were touching the dancers inappropriately. I found out from my friend that worked there, the little bitch went and told the fucking bouncer and got his ass thrown the fuck out.
Seems a little excessive. I mean,
I
heard
from a couple girls that work there that I was friends with that she's kind of a fucking prissy bitch. Like, that she was like...
I mean, you should at least get a warning.
And that's the thing. I was like... I tried to talk to the bouncer guy. I was like, dude, look at the size of him. Look at the dancer he got a hug from. I was like, if he wanted to, he could literally touch the back of her ankles, like, with his arm. It was like, she, asked for a hug because it was his birthday. He gave her a hug, and then when he, like, was coming across, I guess it, like, fucking, because that's how he gives hugs. He does that, like, fucking big, wide open thing.
Developing.
Yeah, and fucking, he was like, man, sorry, you gotta go. Shit like that. And I was like, that's fucking lame.
That's the other reason I couldn't be in a strip club, because I have a penchant for butt grabbing.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
I am a shameful butt grabber.
Yeah, you do that, you will get tossed.
Ask
Yeah. I see him grab dudes' butts all the time.
I do. Yeah. They're so meaty. Now, like, anytime that we're shopping and he's, like, looking at stuff on a shelf, and I'm going by the wheelie cart, I was like, hey, why?
Yeah, the first couple times I was like, what the fuck? And then I'm like,
now I just no-sell it.
And I'm like... And the sad thing is, I know, I'm like, one of these times I'm going to no-sell it and then turn around. It's going to be somebody and not him. I'm like, yeah, whatever, you pinch my ass. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to pinch your titty now. Yeah. She's 83. I don't give a fuck. She pinched my ass.
You have to reach down really far to pinch it.
Can you lift it up for me? I can't bend over that far. Show them to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd like to do it. Like, I'd like to try it sometime, but like, it would have to be with the right people. Like, I would go with you.
Oh, yeah.
There are certain people that I would not go with, and they know who they are.
Oh, yeah.
And their name is Scott.
But... Fair enough. But I mean, it is. It's really... It's just fun if you're okay with just seeing some titties. If you're okay with wasting money to see some nudity and like chat with them and stuff, because these girls are like used fucking car salesmen. They're just trying to get your money and shit like that. Like,
I've heard about the drinks and shit.
They might make friends with you and stuff like that, and that's cool. But I mean, most of the time they're not supposed to give you their number or hang out with you after like work and shit like that. They get in trouble and fired for that shit. But so I've plenty of guys like, oh, I think she likes me, and I'm like, oh yeah, dude, she does.
She's totally into you.
She totally wants you. You should write your number on that fucking $100 bill and give it to her.
Stick it in her vagina.
Like, yeah.
Idiot.
But you go stand in the line with those other 8 dudes that think she wants them and, like, fucking shove hundreds up her vagina with your phone number on it. Like,
there's no sex in the champagne room.
I know. I'm like, actually, no, that point has been proven completely wrong. There is sex. Lots of sex in the champagne room. Like, champagne somehow means fucking.
Well, there's champagne in the champagne room.
And by champagne means ramming a fucking stripper for at least a G, like.
How much do you think it costs for that to happen, though?
I don't know, probably a couple hundred. If you've got some cocaine, probably.
Well, since we're referencing it, you gotta tell the story. You don't have to use names.
Which one?
About the champagne room story with your friend and the.
Okay. I have a friend who's pretty well off. Has a lot of money. So much money, in fact, that they had went to the strip club, and he basically spent like almost the entire time in the back room with the strippers and stuff. Strip club closed, and then the guys came up and were like, "Hey, you guys got to leave." And my friends were like, "Our buddy's back there still with the stripper," and he was like, "Oh, that guy?" He's like, "Yeah, then you." It's fine. Hold on. Just go ahead and sit down. Hey, girls, cool. Don't dress up. Don't get dressed. You're not done. Come back out and stuff.
Shake your booty.
Basically kept the strip club open an hour or so past its time because he was spending, not the guys, but that dude in the back was spending so much money there that they could afford to keep all those girls. I mean, he easily dropped thousands of dollars. But I mean, it wasn't really much, to him. So,
I just can't see paying for sex.
I don't know okay.
I have never been that hard.
That was the thing. We don't know for a fact that.
Okay, well that's even worse though. In some way, like just back there, paying thousands of dollars just for fucking.
Oh, I mean,
a titty show.
You can pretty much if you're spending that much money, you're plowing the shit out of somebody. But we don't have, the proof. So it's just like one of those guy assumptions, like yeah. No,
I can't fathom being hard up enough to do that.
Have sex with a stripper?
No, pay for sex.
Oh well, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, enough drinks at a bar, and you could remedy that issue, I'm sure.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But although I don't know, we watched that show that on HBO, the Bunny Ranch show.
Yeah, see that one's different.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah,
like I don't know if I would do it necessarily, but it is interesting.
If what's her face was the. What was it? The double D's?
They're even bigger than that,
yeah.
She's like this 6 foot tall redhead,
fucking Amazonian, thick woman. Fuck, she's so sexy. But man, most of them. That's the thing. It's like, man, you see some of these strippers at these really nice strip clubs, and you're like, yeah. But then you watch that show for that place, and I'm like, man, there's like maybe a handful of them that I think are even remotely attractive. There's a bunch of them that I'm just like,
you pay for that?
You pay how much to fuck that? You pay half of that at a bar and you'll get laid. Like, I swear to God.
I think what's funnier is watching the shit that some of them request. Like,
yeah.
The worst one was a dude came in there full dressed as a clown.
Yep.
And wanted to like face paint the what's a good word? Lady of the evening. Prostitute.
The whore. The whore.
He wanted her to paint her. He wanted to paint her face up clown style or whatever. And then of course they show the sex, but it's not completely graphic, obviously.
One thing though that was really interesting that they said was they had a lot of like couples come in because it was easier.
Well, it's like it's a threesome without any sort of chance of like there being baggage that goes along, bullshit and baggage that goes along with it.
And that's the thing, And plus, these girls know what they're doing. So if the girl is like, "I've never done anything. I don't know what I'm doing. We need help," they go to a professional, basically. And it's like, it's definitely interesting.
These women are doing God's work.
Speaking of God's work,
God bless America.
We should go burn down a fucking, axe wielding, burn down a fucking.
Yeah, if you guys listen to the audio show, you know what we're talking about. That. For Jesus!
For Jesus. He's got great hair. I'm like, axe wielding, hair designer, burns down.
Hair designer still gets me.
I know. I love how.
I see him like an architect desk, like doing these intricate, like with a protractor and a compass.
Like all these scopes. What the fuck are you doing? I'm doing Nancy's hair design.
I'm doing my hair designs. Leave me.
Yeah.
Genius isn't work.
Like, what the fuck? Crazy ass motherfucker. Oh, that's just Mick. He just walks around with the fucking axe all the time. Like
that's how he cuts hair. He cuts it with an axe.
That's fucking.
That would be some something difficult to. Didn't you say that there's some
There's a guy in Japan who cuts hair with a fucking katana?
Would you get your hair cut by this guy? There's no fucking way.
I'm like, listen here, frou-frou boy with a sword. You ain't coming near my hair or my beard. I'll fucking take the sword and stab it up my fucking
beard.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fucking just like doing that shit and like. I'm like, okay, yeah, your gimmick is fucking cool, I guess, but who fucking cares, really? It's stupid. Zero fucks.
There's no fucking way. No. You're not coming at me with a goddamn sword, especially around my fucking dome piece.
Hold on. I have one of the sharpest blades known to man, and I'm going to use it to slice around your dome piece.
Pass.
I'm good. Like, you can fuck yourself.
I was saying, talking about strippers and getting kicked out of the strip club. I actually have the distinction of being kicked out of Hooters.
Really?
Yep.
What the fuck did you do to get kicked out of Hooters?
Peer pressure. It was my birthday. It was my 18th birthday.
Yeah.
And a bunch of my friends from high school took me to Hooters. Like, I'd never been to one before, and their chicken wings suck, by the way. That's not really what you're going there for, but
This food is crap. I want to talk to the chef.
Yeah, so we were in there, and we were, kind of like giddy teenage guys getting rowdy.
She's got big boobs.
Yeah, the waitress, was being pretty cool and, like, kind of taking it. We were making all kinds of lewd comments, of course, because, jackass teenagers do that. And every time she would walk away, they'd be like, "You should grab her ass when she walks away."
Oh, you fucking didn't, dude.
You should grab her ass when she walks away. And I'm like, I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. And they even have that, like, on the wall. Like, if
don't
you
touch the
them,
waitresses,
you touch them, they will launch your ass the fuck out.
Yeah,
like,
and so the peer pressure mounted for a good, 45 minutes or so, and I caved.
You grabbed her fucking ass?
I did. I got a big old fucking meaty handful.
Dumbass.
And I got the shit knocked out of me for the first thing. She slapped the living piss out of me,
and then the
they
bouncer
booted
guys,
us the fuck out.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Then the bouncer guys come in and start kicking your fucking ribs in and shit because they can do that.
So I have the distinction of being thrown out of a Hooters and thrown out of an adult bookstore too.
I mean, that's easy because you just start playing with the fucking toys in a manner that they don't.
Apparently,
like.
they don't take kindly to sword fighting with the giant dildos.
They'll be like, they shouldn't have handles and scabbards like a fucking sword.
It's called the Sword of Love. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah. I saw a sword and I wanted to fight, Parry, parry, thrust.
And Sky got a big dick-shaped welt on his back.
And you got one across the forearm.
Across my
forearm.
Oh my god, that hurts so bad.
That's funny though, because I was watching Ridiculousness today, and it was the episode that they had the fucking the LARPing thing, and one was the dude with the fucking giant dildo. No, but it wasn't just like the Sword of Love. It was like he attached it to a polearm, fucking just floppy dong the fuck out of this dude, and knocked him out, cold cocked the shit out of him, and I was like,
could there be a worse, more embarrassing way to get knocked the fuck out?
No. Well, yes, yeah. Get knocked out by getting fucking pocket pussy thrown at your head.
Oh, really? All right, explain.
Friend of mine knew where his dad's pocket pussy was, and I mean, it looked like one of those fucking old school plungers. The pussy part was fucking this part around, and there was the tube and shit like that, and it was all fucking squishy and slimy. He comes out and he's swinging it over his head and it's fucking trying to touch people with it. And they're like, oh, I gotta get the fuck. And I shit you not, he does this motion and then fucking lets it fucking fly, and it goes right by my friend and just sticks to the fucking wall and shit like that. We're like, oh, Grody, man, Grody. And his fucking dad's girlfriend had one of those, the Hitachis or whatever they are, those fucking, massagers.
Oh, with the big knob, thing in the end, and you plug it in and shit.
She had one of the, ancient, first ones that I don't even think was intended for that. It was, one of the fucking, old school, massagers. And, I mean, we're talking, it was fucking probably, let me see, about that long or some shit like that. And, you know what, they had it fucking duct taped around the fucking post on one side of the bed, so she would, stand up and mount that fucking thing. And these motherfuckers are in their, 50s and 60s doing this shit. And I was oh my god. Yeah, I told you his dad looked like Kevin Sullivan and always ran around wearing fucking man thongs.
I don't think I go hang out at this dude's house.
I was like, nah, dude.
Hey, man, you want to come over? No, I'm good.
I'm good. Pass. We're going to watch Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, I don't know. I'm cool. Thanks.
Parents are frightening.
Yeah, your fucking dad's scary. It's
what's your old lady mom standing in the hallway, fucking twirling a pair of
panties? No, it was his dad's girlfriend. I met his mom, and oh my god, I fucking freaked out because, man, she was one of those moms where it was you swore up and fucking down that she wanted to fuck you. Legit. She did that thing, where moms are always oh, it's nice to meet you. Then the ones that you're, worried about are the ones that bring the other hand up here and start doing this. And you're like, dude, I think your mom wants to fuck me.
Dude, you just caressed my man boobs. Ah, God, why? Shut up or I'll make you do the hammer dance.
Yeah, but she did that. She was always way too friendly and would get way in my bubble and shit like that. And one night I got way too drunk and I was just worried the whole time I was drunk. I was like, I think your mom's gonna try to take advantage of me and fuck me. Shit. He's like, shut up, my mom's not gonna fuck you. I was like, I've seen the look in her eyes.
I see the wanting in her eyes.
She yearns for my loins.
She's playing Mrs. Robinson. I'm scared. Cuckoo.
Yeah. Why do I keep hearing I can feel the love tonight in the background, motherfucker? It's about to be the Jungle Book in your mom's bedroom and shit.
He's gonna be calling you Rafiki.
You know,
You're gonna wake up in the morning and his mom's gonna be wrecking you like Ralph. I'm gonna wreck it.
Yeah, that was. At his wedding, I had to dance with her, and she was all. And like we were up against each other. I was like, "Isn't there supposed to be that rule where you can put like a book between us?" And it was like,
still like cupping your ass and shit. Deep gripping.
Hold me, man. I'm like,
it's like, oh my god, your fingers in my butt.
You're a nice lady, but stop it, please. I swear to God, you're
you have had
like...
an interesting life.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're hitting the hour mark. This Joe fell off a fucking cliff.
It fell into a fucking dick-infested stripper pit. Like
a dirty, filthy hole.
Pit. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Oh, God.
We're going to wrap it up until next time. Now,
wrap it up, B.
We haven't really talked about this, but I was thinking that possibly, since it's going to be in March, that we may do the next video show live from Lexington.
Nah, yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
So that'll be a fun one for you guys.
Actually, what I was thinking we could do would probably be really fun is if we could do a little bit of a live one for like part of the way for Lexington and another one for Gem City and kind of just have like a big mashup of like the cons for that month and stuff and do a little bit of the toy show.
Yeah, we'll have a video record of me bringing the pain to Dirk Manning.
He's just gonna rub his butt and fucking analyze it.
His hair's so pretty. He's dreaming.
Such a dapper young man.
He is a dapper fellow. He's
a
a
dapper fellow and stuff like that.
With his black suit and his shenangoed hair. Yeah. That hair, I tell you what, like when he did the ice bucket challenge was hilarious because his hair was not even affected by this.
Oh, dude, that's because he was like, no, don't get my hair.
Not the hair.
Not the hair.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't contributed to the Kickstarter for the Tales of Mystery yet, and I'm sure probably I'm speaking it to deaf ears on this one.
Yeah, most of you motherfuckers
most of you guys probably already have.
But if not, if you've been living under a fucking
past
rock,
the $15,000 mark and they're doing fantastic. And I mean, hey, $30K in 30 days, it's not out of the question at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So contribute, give till it hurts, and then give some more.
Unless you've spent all your money on webcam girls and strippers.
Yes. Or you spent your money on the exclusive Mystery action figure custom, which congratulations to those to the guy who won that. He's in the Andy. He's in the Mystery group, and he posted pictures, and then several other people were like, "Oh, yeah, so you're the one who outbid me."
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't go outside for a while because I think these other fuckers are gonna
might take a
you.
whooping on that one, buddy.
They're gonna be like, "You fucking outbid me, you son of a bitch!" They're like, "Oh, he just got circle stopped and they stole his finger." Shit.
We very much appreciate that.
No refunds.
It helped to fund our Lexington trip.
Yes.
Paid for my ticket and paid for the hotel too. Yep. So thanks a bunch for that one. We definitely appreciate it. And I'd love to do more, but unfortunately we're restricted on that, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But that's going to wrap it up for this week from the Vodcast of Doom. This week from the basement, I'm Todd.
And I'm Dave.
And until next month, the basement door is closed.